split. Will Grigolotto go now? Yes, he will, but it's Huben, I think, that is threatening to get the jump on, and Grigolotto going right to the middle of the road. And we see also as that Erchain trying to go up the inside of James Baldwin. Baldwin has not made a great getaway. Oh, as Nicholas Huben nearly hit from behind from Gielhead, who's now up to third, but it's Grigolotto that's held the lead, and it's Whitehead who has jumped ahead of Schindler, and Andonovski has joined him as well. You can just see in the background it's the Ferrari leading. Oh, and off the track goes Andonovski, and immediately back through goes Patrick Schindler there. So good instincts there, but the other mastermind, Bessier, is now challenging Andonovski as they charge towards the hairpin. Excellent drop by Prendergast at the start here, and he's now challenging Andonovski as they go towards getting to be bend. Side by side they go. This is for third position. Prendergast ahead on the outside. Can he complete this move? Yes, he can. Full bravery shown there. So end of the first lap. Oh, side by side, that's Gielhead and Huben, and it's Gielhead out of Sunset Bend that's going to go side by side for second position with the championship leader here. This is going to be bold if he's going to try it into the first corner. He just has to back out round the outside then. So first lap completed, Gielhead goes wide. Erchan is up the inside. He's going to try and follow through. Oh, this is so careful. They need to be so cautious through turn 2 and 3. Over the curb goes Gielhead. Erchan is still there on the inside, and Baldwin is lying in wait to take advantage here.
Minutes ago, only just now when they started to get into their rhythms, as that is Simoncic under pressure from the Italian. Marco De Bono does manage to wrestle that position away from the Peugeot, and now Michi Hoyer is getting involved. Oh, a bit of a hip check there from the German. Does manage to get back up. Oh, no, he doesn't. Simoncic says, well, fine, you have a go with the hip check. I'm going to do this straight back. Oh, Michi just caught the curve there, lost a tiny bit of momentum. Oh, and that's Bessier making the move on Andonovski for fourth position as he outbraked himself, coming up towards the top part of the circuit. The two Astons still glued together. Oh, good move then from Bessier. Fabio Grigolotto, this is exactly what he wants. He just wants to be able to dance off into the sunset again. That is Gielhead and Huben side by side. But once again, the yellow Ferrari just cannot quite overcome our championship leader. This is absolutely superb stuff from Nicholas Huben. And again, very, very good stuff from Gielhead. He's absolutely determined. Oh, they get into contact with each other. That's going to open the door for Erchan. Erchan has nosed up into third at the moment. Bit of a hip check between the red and yellow Ferrari. Can he get it done? Oh, Baldwin tried to squeak through, but no, Gielhead was not having that. That is Erchan now up into third. It's a red Ferrari, 1, 2, 3. He's already having a go at Huben. Oh, that's opportunistic. That's going to put him on the outside of Shinderbia, but he's still got the momentum. He wants the inside line for Le Mans. Can he get it done? Oh, my goodness me. You gotta give it to Erchan. That was a very, very opportunistic moment there.
Whitehead, by the way, under pressure from Schindler, but not as under pressure as Marin Bessier is from Andonovski in this fight for fourth. Andonovski, nearly squeezed into the wall there, but he's going to try and stick his foot in as they go side by side. Who is it that's ahead? Going into the first corner, I think it might actually be Bessier on the inside here who's holding on from the Macedonian behind him. The 227's identical, so very, very easy to mix them up as they again go side by side. I think Andonovski has just got the inside here for 2 and 3, and Bessier just backs out of that one in time there. Oh, there's a battle going on now. Never mind that. Nicholas Huben under attack from Gielhead again, and Gielhead has just got the front wheels alongside as they're going into Sunset Bend. Oh, a little bit of wheel banging there as they lap the GT3 traffic. Oh, and Huben holds up and going all the way around the outside of Sven Gielhead, but Gielhead has got the inside, and it's going to have to make the more circuitous route then, as they're still alongside each other over the start-finish line, and it's going to be Huben that has the inside if he just brakes late enough and avoids the Mustang there. My goodness, Huben holds on by the skin of his teeth. Gielhead goes wide. Here comes Baldwin, and oh my goodness, Gielhead is off track, and he has to go very wide. Through goes James Baldwin. Just make his way through side by side. There's Polesny trying to go around the outside. Briefly makes contact with Bessier, but Bessier is following Andonovski, and so just like in Bahrain, it's Andonovski going for the early stop.
Oh, one of the Astons is proving very popular at the moment, doing the right thing to stay predictable.
Oh my goodness.
And wow, that was close. Both De Bono and Simoncic managed to get through, but De Bruyne defending very, very heavily the inside line. He lost a little bit of momentum. SimGrid tries around the outside of turn one. Brave boy, can he get it done? No, he's on the grass.
Full credit to De Bruyne. He absolutely kept his head there. As that Whitehead is under attack from Patrick Schindler out of Cunningham corner towards tower they go. It's Schindler that's got the inside side. Can Whitehead do anything at all? No. And it's the Ford Mustang of Schindler that retakes the lead. Oh, Geelhead pits.
Geelhead in.
Timotej Andonovski has actually just seen Wojtek Polesny pit and come out right in front of him. And that's very, very bad news for the Macedonian, because now he's being held up by Wojtek, who, by putting less fuel in, has basically overcut him. And here comes Andonovski, positioning himself to the inside, a dive into the hairpin. He lifts off the throttle just to get that extra overlap, and he's cleanly through up to 9th position on the road, and that should put things back on track.
There is Arda Ercan, so now freshly pitted and now in 6th position, ahead of Sven Gilhud. Sven Gilhud obviously going to speed. Oh, as Regan Mitchell of the McLaren nearly slams into the back of Callum Cripps. A challenge for 6th position for the McLaren around the outside, still holding on in there. Gets the inside line. Oh, the Porsche with the momentum through Shindebian, but who's going to win out? Callum Cripps. Whoa, he had his bravery pelts very late in the brakes, just about keeps it on the terra firma. But
does pits from the lead.
Ah, yeah, well spotted. But does that slight flirt with the grass cost Callum Cripps the momentum? He goes in the defensive posture, coming up into Sunset Bend, side by side. The McLaren tries to swing around the outside. It's a long way to go. Nearly impact between the two, but that's going to give Callum Cripps the inside line. Can Regan Mitchell hold on to the momentum? Nearly hits the wall. As at the moment they remain where they are. As more hypercars come up behind them. Brilliant defensive work from Callum Cripps. Regan Mitchell looks at the inside of turn one. Can he slow it down this time? Oh, that's oh, Regan Mitchell couldn't slow it down though.
So here's Grigoletto. He has come out comfortably ahead actually of Arda Ercan.
Oh, it's Callum Cripps exiting very dramatically stage right, and he's got a thing with his rear wing. He really didn't want it. He got rid of it in qualifying, and he's got rid of it again. Nicholas Huben yet to pit with James Bond. Well, just as I say that, the Hypercar Championship leader in the pits then.
Yeah, Grigoletto should come through. And it's going to be close. Where's Ercan? Ercan's a little bit far behind. Is he going to get jumped by Nicolas Huben? That's Huben just appearing in the foreground there. So the early stop for Ercan, it has backfired here. Huben has jumped him for 2nd overall. He's positioning himself to the inside at Sunset. This is a crucial move. Oh! Little bit of contact. Whitehead turns in from the outside, and Prendergast has to back off there. And sure enough, in comes Baldwin.
So Baldwin comes up behind Grigoletto. So it is Grigoletto.
But here's Huben. Oh! And he's going up the inside into Sunset. That's so close between the two. Huben had to be really, really on it there. He had one opportunity, and Baldwin just about left the door open there as he came out the pits, but he's still alongside. It won't take long for Baldwin to warm up his tyres here as he goes toe-to-toe with Nicolas Huben. So Baldwin, he gambled going as long as he could to try and come out ahead, and he's almost alongside there. Huben nearly pushing Baldwin onto the grass.
There's SimGrid. He's going to be demoted down around about 5th or 6th. Well, there's Geelhead. So that is out of the top 5.
Patrick Schindler has pit from the lead, and so too has Prendergast. Here comes Andonovski. Andonovski is going to pass Prendergast. Is he going to get Schindler as well? No, Schindler is going to hold on to the lead there. Half a second ahead of Andonovski. Andonovski was so close to undercutting his way through. But Schindler is about to retake the lead from Whitehead. Knows Whitehead, just been jumped there. Andonovski goes through, and so too does Polesny. So Whitehead comes out in 4th position ahead of Kieran Prendergast. Now Baldwin again goes to the inside to defend from Ercan, who's absolutely relentless here, trying to go the longest of long way rounds through Sunset Bend to try and duck underneath the Toyota. But Baldwin is desperate to hold on to that podium, and he's again going to have to defend into the first corner here. And Geelhead has got the grandstand seat. Here's Ercan. Oh, the rear drifting out, and round goes Ercan. He's heading for the wall.
Oh, a huge hit there for Arda Ercan. The rear ring is still there, but the tail end of that car, I suspect, is not going to be too happy. He's even pulling over. That's SimGrid going through. Arda Ercan, he's out with 10 minutes to go
Ferrari versus Toyota. Will the Ferraris lock out the podium or can Baldwin hold on? He pushes all the way to the inside. Geelhead gets the last embers of slipstream, ducks to the outside. He's forced a long way round. Can he make this one work? Can he just force Baldwin to compromise and get defensive into the first corner? He's going to almost pull alongside, but he's going to have to go the long way round, Chris.
Baldwin had to dump the battery there on the exit of Le Mans curve to mitigate that mistake, that big twitch he had coming through that corner. And still Sven Geelhead doing what he can to wrong foot the Brit. Now's an opportunity for the Dutchman. Can he get it done? Oh, a bit of a punch in the face of Baldwin. But that is up into third for Sven Geelhead with 30 odd seconds still on the clock. Bessier still fending off his countryman, but he's gone very deep. That's the door wide open. Remy Delorme did not need a second opportunity of that one. Through to seventh goes the 777.
Out through the final corner he comes, and victory in Sebring is going to go to Fabio Grigoletto in that number 50 Ferrari by 5 seconds over Nikolaus Huben.
Your winner in GT3 here at Sebring is Patrick Schindler, chased home by Timotej Adanovski, with Wojtek Polesny rounding out your podium in the GT category.
Confirmation then of the provisional results. Patrick Schindler takes his first victory, a brilliant performance from the German, who was on top in qualifying, was beaten at the start and then got back to the front to just about hold on to victory from a charging Timotej Andonovski, who made the undercut almost work for him for the second race in a row. Nonetheless, banks great points in second. Wojtek Polesny, championship leader, holds on to third, just a second off a victory with Luke Whitehead. He said he'd struggled today. He still banks fourth ahead of reigning champion Kieran Prendergast. Sebastian Wunsch came home in sixth. Remy Delorme overtook Marin Bezier right at the death to snatch seventh position off of his countryman. Michel Rodriguez gets his best result of the season in ninth, and then it's Regan Mitchell who takes 10th for the final point. McLaren finally on the scoreboard in GT3. And here are hypercar results then. Fabio Grigoletto's second victory of the season, his third career victory overall then, and the Italian back to his brilliant best, 4.2 seconds to the good ahead of our championship leader Nikolaus Huben, who's now only 6 points ahead of Grigoletto in the overall standing. Sven Geelhead gets his second podium in a row with a brilliant charge to beat James Baldwin. Such a back and forth race between the two, but it's the Dutchman that triumphs on this occasion. Baldwin has to settle for fourth ahead of Jerne Simoncic. Marco De Buono, another top 6 finish for the Italian. Walter Trilla gets his first points of the season in seventh. Great drive from the Finn to stay out of trouble. Farinelli, a little bit messy, but he does still come home in eighth. Poor Arda Erchan was in the fight for third before spinning at turn one, and Michi Hoyer had to retire due to illness. So all the best to Michi.